Hi guys, welcome to my channel today. For the next couple of videos, we're going to have a slightly different format. Last week, the camera that I had been using for filming and finally got used to the focus has actually jammed on me and is in for repairs. So it didn't enjoy the focusing job and it has packed a sad. So I'm using my iPhone at the moment and I can't get the colour right for filming, so I'm going to do it in this format for the next couple of videos until hopefully I get my camera back, or even better if I can convince my husband that I deserve a new one. So in the meantime, I'm going to take you through my concealer collection of concealers that I have and share my thoughts on these products. The first product I'm going to show you is the Tarte CC Under Eye Corrector. Now this is a salmon colour corrector for the under eyes. It's great for correcting under eye circles, but unfortunately I find it's just another layer for me to add under my eyes and draw attention to my dry, crepey, mature under eye, and I am better off not using this. I personally feel that if you didn't have mature under eyes, that this would be really good to use as an under eye corrector, but I find the more layers I have under my eyes, it just draws attention to my mature under eye. So I don't use this anymore for that purpose. This concealer here is by Dermablend and it is the Smooth Liquid Camo Medium Coverage Concealer. This is a brilliant concealer for a mature under eye. I like this colour because it has a peachy undertone, so can also pair as a under eye corrector. It is lovely and liquidy, so perfect for a mature under eye. Medium coverage, not full coverage, but is really good to play with a mature skin. A concealer that is very popular on YouTube is the Lancome Tontadol Ultra Wear Camouflage Concealer. This concealer I don't particularly like. The colour is great. Once again, it has a peachy undertone, but you could see how thick that was to try and get out of the tube. And I just find it very, very thick for a mature under eye, and I find it too heavy. Beautiful full coverage, is great for spot concealing, so I use it for spot concealing, but I don't use it for my under eye as it just draws attention to my age. A concealer that I got caught up in the hype with was the Lamour concealer. It has now been changed to a stick form rather than the pot form. This is a really nice concealer, but once again, I find that on my mature, dry under eyes, it draws attention to them, so I would use this. I mean, it was so expensive, I'm not going to get rid of it. I will use it for other purposes, but I don't use it for under my eyes. It is a nice creamy consistency, but I just don't like it for under my eyes. I don't need to draw any more attention to the age of my under eyes. An affordable drugstore concealer that I really do enjoy is the Maybelline New Instant Age Rewind Eraser Dark Circles Treatment Concealer. This comes with a sponge applicator, and this colour is a little bit light for me, but this is a beautiful smooth consistency for under the eyes, not thick at all, doesn't draw attention to my dry under eyes, and I need to try and get a different colour. This is light pale, so that's why it's not working very well for me, but for a drugstore affordable concealer for a mature under eyes, I would recommend this one. A concealer that I bought when it was launched is by Colourpop. This is the No Filter Concealer. I have it in the colour beige. I love the colour. and it is a beautiful consistency, but it is once again a concealer that can draw attention to my dry under eyes and make them look more crepey than they need to be. So I actually use this as a eyelid primer for eyeshadows, and is great for if you are using or doing a cut crease. So that's what I use that concealer for. Very affordable. The very much talked about Tarte Shape Tape concealer. I do like this, but if you are to use it on a mature under eye, you seriously only need a dot underneath your eye, and it blends out quite a bit. I wouldn't want any more than that. Certainly don't want a triangle under my eye like some of the young girls use, but the very, very small amount if you do want full coverage. It's not my favorite concealer, but if you are wanting full coverage, you can make this work. A concealer that I absolutely adore for a mature under eye is the By Terry Terribly Donceless concealer. I have this one in the color 2 Vanilla. I actually do want to get the color Peach. It has a peachy undertone. This is a medium coverage, but is the most beautiful consistency for under a mature under eye. That is my absolute pick. I would love it if it was a bit more of a full coverage, but for a natural everyday look, and when you're not wearing a full coverage foundation, this is perfect for a mature under eye. Unfortunately, it is a rather pricey product, but it is still my go-to mature under eye concealer. A concealer that I recently purchased to add to my collection was the Charlotte Tilbury the Retoucher Conceal and Treat Stick. This is in your classic twist up brush pen. It gets quite mucky, but this is another very fluid concealer, perfect for the under eye. I love the peach colour of this one, and it is nice under a mature under eye because of the consistency, and it's probably a little bit more coverage than the By Terry. So I have been enjoying this Charlotte Tilbury Retoucher. One of my favourite concealers is the Sicily Photo Cerns Eclat No. 2 Eye Concealer with Botanical Extracts. I've probably botched how I said that, but the Sicily Eye Concealer. I love this concealer. It is my favourite. I love the colour too. It comes with this cooling eye applicator. I love the colour. It is a peachy colour, so great for the under eye. It is more of a medium coverage, medium to full, but for a mature under eye, this blends like a dream with your finger, with a brush, or with a damp beauty blender. And this is by far my most favourite concealer, and then seconded for a more lighter coverage with the By Terry. Unfortunately, both are expensive, but they're my favourites. If I was going to look for a comparable drugstore concealer, I would go with the Maybelline Fit Me. I really enjoy this. This is in the colour 20. I need to play with a few more colours to see what works, but I love the fluid consistency of this concealer. I need to get a better colour, but that is a really good drugstore concealer for me. And if I had to buy a drugstore concealer instead of these two, this is the one I would purchase, the Maybelline Fit Me. Really love the consistency, great for the mature under eye. A concealer that I bought recently on my trip to Hawaii is the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer, and this is in the colour Custard, and I really enjoy this as well. This again is not a thick concealer. It is more full coverage than the by Terry, and it is very creamy and I think is ideal for a mature under eye as well. So that is the NARS Creamy Radiant Concealer in the colour Medium Custard. Another concealer I have, and thank goodness I only had the little mini size, is the Kat Von D Lock-It Concealer. I hate this under my under eye. It is so thick and gloopy that it just settles in. It's just really thick. I think it would be great for spot concealing on the skin for blemishes, but if you're wanting to use it as an under eye concealer for a mature eye, I wouldn't recommend it. It might be great for someone with a younger skin, but it's just too thick and not creamy enough for a mature under eye. And last but not least, I have talked about this one in an empties video. I haven't finished it, but I am going to throw it out, but I thought I would quickly mention it in this concealer video. Is the First Aid Beauty Eye Duty Triple Remedy Eye Concealer, and this is in the colour Fair Medium. I really dislike the packaging. You can see how disgusting and yuck I've had to get in there with a lip brush to get it out. This actually is raved about. I do like the colour, but it absolutely draws attention to my mature under eye, and it never ever was a very good look for my under eye, and it just aged me by at least 10 years. Who needs that? Not me. So it's going in the bin. I'm not even passing it on to anybody. Okay guys, so they're the concealers that I have used and what I think of them. My definite favourites are the By Terry and the Sicily. Then I like the Derma Blend. That would be my next favourite, followed by the NARS and the Maybelline Fit Me Together. I like the Age Rewind, and I quite like the Charlotte Tilbury Retoucher as well. These two here would be more for a natural makeup day, and I would probably wear these three for more of a full glam makeup day. That would be a natural day as well. These three here are definitely not loves of mine. These here are okay, not loves of mine, but I can use them elsewhere in my makeup routine. And as I said, the Tarte Shape Tape, if I use a tiny amount, is okay for my under eye if I blend it with a damp beauty blender. Actually, I'm going to put that in the dislike pile as well. So they are my concealers, my thoughts. If you have any recommendations for a great under eye concealer for a mature under eye, I would love to hear in the comments below. If you enjoyed that video, totally different, please give it a thumbs up. That would be fantastic. If you haven't already, please click the subscribe button down below. I would love to see you back for another video. Hopefully my camera is not too far away from its repairs. I hope you've all had a beautiful and a wonderful day, guys. Look forward to seeing you next time. Bye.